What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? We're back like we never left. You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
Yep.
What's going on, my G's? You good, though, yeah?
Yes, but we got the big man in the house.
Fam, we got the living legend in the house, bro. You know what I'm saying? We
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, man. You know what I'm saying? Always a pleasure, bro. We are back and everything, man. I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling good today.
Yeah, why?
Do you know why?
Why?
I'm not going to lie, yeah. The last episode, I wasn't myself. I wasn't myself and everything. I went and watched it back and everything. So I need to apologize to some of you out there, bro, because we pride ourselves in giving you guys a good content and everything. But I wasn't myself the last episode, bro.
You were not feeling too good.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling too good and everything. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever had like a bad episode?
Well, let's throw that to the legend here. Have you had a bad episode?
Of course.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah.
We're human beings.
Yeah.
People expect us to be 1,000 all the time,
Yeah.
but there's going to be moments where you're like 100, and that's like 90% below yourself.
Yeah.
So that usually happens, but most times, I think we don't recognize that. So when you do, it's a blessing.
It's a blessing and everything, man.
True. No, that's the nugget there. Yeah.
Nah, that's true, man. That's true, but listen, we are good, bro, and we are back like we never left, man. For real. Listen, like you said, fam, we have the legend in the house.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We have the man himself, the myth, the genius himself. Guy, for people that don't know, yeah.
No, for people that don't know, just flash this in their faces. If you don't know, now you know.
Now you know.
And that's
Now
the
you
energy
know.
God.
This is the energy. This is the energy God. You know what I mean?
The energy God.
Nah,
and
for
be
real.
yourself.
For real.
Yeah.
That's what you need, actually.
That's everyone I need. You know what? That was what I needed last episode, for
That's
real.
what you needed, man.
You know what I'm saying? That was what I needed last episode, for real. Listen, this brother right now is like
Appreciate it, man.
the official / unofficial member of the Fresh Off the Boat podcast.
Absolutely.
Right now, bro. For
Absolutely.
real. You know what I'm saying?
This feels like home to me, man.
This is home right now,
When I get the phone call and the brothers say, "Yo, Shopsy, pull up," I don't even think
bro.
about
Nah,
it.
salute, man.
And that
blessed.
shows the amount of respect I have for you guys and love for what you guys are doing and the amount of fun I have when I come here.
Appreciate you, man.
You're always gonna go where the energy is great,
That's it,
the
man.
love is authentic. Nothing else, beats energy.
Hell no.
Hence the energy God.
Hell no.
Yep.
Hell no.
You go where the energy is right.
That's just what it is.
And on this podcast, the Fresh Off the Boat podcast, straight away the energy is always right.
That's for sure. That's for sure. And for
Oh,
people that
shit.
don't know, we have the big Shopsy, aka Adesope,
Appreciate it,
aka
brother.
CNN. You know what I'm saying?
CNN.
That's the man that we have,
CNN.
Afrobeats CNN himself, bro, for real. Yeah. Listen. For people that don't know you, because if you're in this content space, if you're in this culture,
Yeah.
anyone that doesn't know you is on a long thing. Yeah? But for people that don't know you,
Yeah.
just let them know, just in a few words,
Yeah.
your accomplishments and the things that you do, bro.
Basically, man, I'm a radio, TV, a broadcaster, podcaster, promoting Afropop culture. I'm an MC, a host. I am an ambassador for Afropop culture. I'm, a loudspeaker for anything Afrobeats. I've supported the culture for over 2 decades now.
For real.
I've worked around some of the greatest and, supported
And
some of the
still
superstars.
working. And still working with them.
And the most important one I like to say is that I'm just a fan of Afropop culture.
Yep.
For real.
That's it.
For real. And also, he's got his own podcast as well, the Afrobeat podcast on YouTube and your audio platforms as well.
Yep.
And then I believe you have a new
Playlist.
coming out.
Absolutely, man. New playlist out.
Where can
Go
they
check
find
it
it?
out on all platforms. It's called the Afrobeats CNN playlist. This is a special shout out to the legend that is Wizkid.
I know. I saw that video. For real.
Basically saw me at Afronation Puerto Rico and said, Afrobeats CNN, and he was basically just saying that anything that has to do with Afrobeats, I'm usually there broadcasting it, promoting it, and just showing it to the rest of the world. And it goes to show the amount of influence Wizkid has, because a statement, an endorsement from someone
As
that
big as that,
important within our culture
Yeah.
will travel miles.
Absolutely.
And when people see me, that phrase that Wizkid said is the first thing that comes to their mind.
Absolutely.
And again, we just, shout outs to, the Engage platform, Kamal, Bugo. We just came together and thought, listen, man, we need to one, use this for something positive and productive within our culture.
Yep.
And the only other space that we felt that we were lacking as a community was creating playlists that represented the entire Afro pop culture space. If you look at most of the playlists on all the platforms, it's just Afro beats. It's either, Nigeria, Ghana, or South Africa. And for me, first of all, what I represent is the entire continent.
The culture.
I'm a fan of the music that transcends the entire continent. Yeah. So I felt if I was going to put my name and my brand behind any playlist, it has to reflect that. I want to be able to put a playlist up that you can find Angolan music, you can find Tanzanian music, you can see what's going on in Congo, Ivory Coast, Cameroon, then Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa. I wanted to represent, Senegal, Gambia. Yeah. And the Afrobeats SEE NN playlist is that place where going forward, that is our motto. Right. We're not just going to be celebrating the big hit records that from Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa. We're going to be looking at the incredible genres across the continent that has no place or hasn't been highlighted on the major platforms. So it's now down to us, the ambassadors of this culture, to say, okay, yeah, you've got this and that, but we also have this and that.
That's it, bro. That's it, bro. That's it, bro. So where can people find it? Spotify, Apple Music,
all the playlist platforms you go to.
Right.
Spotify, Apple, it's going to be on AudioMac, all the platforms. And big shout outs to Boomplay. Boomplay has decided to really come on this journey initially with us and say, listen, they see what we're trying to do. They want to back us. They want to support us. They want to put their energy behind us. And we hope all the other platforms will come on just as Boomplay has shown their hands and just saying, listen, anything that leads the way in supporting the entire continent, they're going to be right next to us.
That's what's up.
So shout out Boomplay.
Shout out to them, man. For real. So this is basically like, I remember when Rap Caviar on Spotify came out.
Exactly.
So that's basically what that is.
That's what it is. It's
but for the culture.
For the culture.
Strictly for the culture.
Whatever kind of African music you listen to, whether you're in Paris, you're in Berlin, Ivory Coast or Nigeria, you're going to be able to catch something that speaks to you.
So that's Afrobeats
CNN.
And
that's
CNN
Afrobeats and SEE and then double N. So Afrobeats and then SEE double N.
For some of you out there, man, that's just what it is, man. And you can find that on your favorite platforms, man. And for some of you out there that have obviously not subscribed yet, this is Fresh Off the Boat Show. You know what time it is. You can be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with us. And for that, we salute you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it's your boy Toby and your boy Kels with the legend Adesope. If you've not subscribed yet, do that right now. Subscribe on YouTube. Leave a like, leave a comment, share it, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Or tell an enemy to tell a friend. People.
Because they got friends too. And then also we are on your audio platforms as well. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everywhere you are, we are there. So support the platform, bro. Let's start. So you are a man, who has you wear different hats. You are a host, you're a podcast host, you've got the playlist coming on, and also you are heavy on social media platforms as well.
Yep.
You go, I'm saying, you comment on the culture, you post on the culture and all that stuff.
Yep.
We saw recently that Burna Boy said what he said about bloggers.
Yes.
Right? If I can find it and just read it out and everything. Basically, in summary, he said, listen, how much am I going to play some bloggers
to leave me alone.
To leave me alone and stop mentioning my name and everything. Yes. So he mentioned a few bloggers.
Yes.
What do you have to say to that?
First of all, I think for anybody, any platform that got mentioned, That's your advert right there.
Absolutely, bro.
Burna Boy
Big time.
is one of the biggest superstars in the world. Not only an Afrobeat superstar, but
global
a music global superstar whose voice on Twitter, Instagram goes beyond or has more influence than most media platforms. So for him to mention like Instablog, I saw a blogger saying, man, he didn't mention me. I saw that too. So I'm like, that's what it is.
Yeah, man.
If, you know, as a blogger, you should take that and take that as an endorsement.
Listen, you should clap for yourself, man.
Exactly. You made the list.
You made the list.
And second of all, specifically to what Burna Boy was saying, you have to understand where Burna Boy is coming from. And a lot of people act like they don't.
They don't. No.
And this is a situation where he's felt that he's received a lot of negative publicity and press from these platforms. They've never highlighted the great things he's doing. He's invested so much money in charitable causes back home in Port Harcourt. I saw that 2-3 years ago where he was spending millions of naira feeding a lot of people at Christmas. Bags of rice, chicken, vegetable oil, paying people school fees. The charity is still there. Go check it out.
The charity.
Not that many people spoke about that. Let's go to the fact that he in the song Whiskey on the last album, that was basically documenting the black suit that is a major problem in Port Harcourt, where the oil companies, whatever it is that they did, still affected the atmosphere. They had messed up the air so badly that, people were having diseases because of, this system or whatever it is that the oil companies were doing and what they were polluting the air.
Pollution. That's
exactly.
What it was.
And he shot a music video that was basically a documentary speaking to that. How many of these media platforms picked that up?
But that's because...
Zero.
Yeah. But that's because positivity, as we know...
Doesn't sell. But that's the thing. But whenever he does anything that's remotely seen as something for an opportunity for criticism,
they jump on it.
Every blogger and their mother is quick to respond to that.
But that's because a lot of people wake up to the bullshit.
So when he had his phone, he's like, yo, it's my time to fire
that's it.
At y'all niggas today.
But then the thing is, I follow that, for the next couple of days. Every single day, they were still posting about my man.
Of course.
Like bad stuff or...
No, like they just wanted a reaction from him because he said, some bloggers said, yo, how come you didn't mention me, bro? You know what I mean? So people are going out of their way, posting something to kind of instigate for him to say something.
Yeah. So for me, that's what I saw. I just saw a moment where Burna, personally, where he was coming from was like, he's never gotten, positive,
like a fair share
review from any of these platforms. All you hear is, he tried to kill someone for trying to steal his girl. Or, you're just hearing crazy stuff. And to him, these are stories that in a lot of cases have come from nowhere. It's got nothing to do with him. Because if they did, he would be in trouble. He'll be in trouble now. So a lot of those stories have been negative and false. But when it comes to the real stuff, he doesn't get it. So for me, that's what that statement was about. But if I was any of the bloggers he named,
I'll be happy as well.
You put a face cap on, it's like, Burna Boy endorsed me. That's my shout out.
Listen, I will put it straight on a portrait and just hang in my house.
That's a shout out.
I mean? I'm telling you, I'll definitely do that.
That's a shout out.
Because the one that made me laugh recently, I don't know if you saw this. Davido has a new song with Byron Messiah coming out.
Does he? Is he Byron Messiah, one of the dancehall artists?
It's one of the dancehall artists, right?
Does it?
Exactly. So, yes, that's the guy. I've forgotten his name.
His name
but he has a new song coming out with him. I saw a blogger post this. He or she said, right? Do you think Davido's song with So Person will be as good as Burna Boy's song with Byron Messiah? Because Byron Messiah is a Caribbean artist as well.
Yeah.
So the way they did that, that's gonna generate traction and reaction from people, because people from boot camps now will now start talking and start comparing both songs and everything.
Yep.
You know, so when I see that, I see where my man is coming from. Like, yo, guys, leave me off the bullshit.
Yeah. That's just it. You know, him saying that, just forget, like, you have to think about where Burna Boy is at right now. This is somebody that's constantly working. He's constantly touring. He's constantly releasing albums, smash hit singles. He's doing incredibly well on the global stage. He's doing what he loves to do. He is an example of who you would point to as a professional musician. He records, he releases, he goes on tours.
He's on tour right now.
You know, that's what he does. So the last thing he wants
Is a distraction in it.
is some blogger conversation. In what song was it? Is it I think it was in City Boys. Girls in my crib, 0 Snapchat, 0. Like, like when you come in my, like, we're not even on that.
We're not on that.
On real life.
Yeah. So when you're here,
Yeah.
you know,
Stay there.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
So we're not. So that for me, and it was one of these days when I was listening to because you always listen to the lyrics, but you never take it in.
Yeah.
But knowing who he is,
He says something.
and then when I heard the lyric, I'm like, I get you, brother.
He
Like
says
0 Snapchat, 0. Like, yeah. When you're in my crib, everybody's just having a good time.
It's some real life shit.
So that's it. That's
Yeah.
really what he was saying.
Yeah. So now we see Burna right now. Obviously, he's touring and everything. He's doing big things and all that, right? The culture is in a great place. A lot of these artists are abroad. They are busy.
Yeah.
But then now they are getting a lot of backlash back home.
Okay.
Because a lot of people are saying that these artists cannot be booked back home, like because of their fee.
Yep.
And some of them are charging in dollars and everything.
Yep.
Right? So I don't know if you saw the conversation
I
online.
saw it.
A couple days
because
ago.
it was a mixture of conversations with, you know, the fact that there were a lot of postponement with concerts.
Yeah.
And then the prices. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. So do you think the culture is being sold out? Because a lot of people are saying that right now. A lot of people are talking about, yo, we are selling out the culture, blah, blah, blah. That now most artists are priding themselves, you know, with their accomplishments
On the international
stage,
Yeah.
and they are not priding themselves back home.
First of
What do
all,
you
are we selling the culture? No. I don't think we're selling the culture out. I think international interest in our culture is a reflection of the success that we've had.
Of the culture, yeah.
The growth that we've had.
Yeah.
The fan base that we've had outside of the country, outside of the continent,
Yeah.
where there's been a huge demand for this incredible natural resource that we found in Lagos, Port Harcourt, Ghana, whatever it is. That's number one. Number two, it is natural that when you become successful and you grow and your audience is in the diaspora and around the world, you will start going internationally to perform your music.
Absolutely.
People will have to pay you to come out there and perform. Now, with regards to back home, I've always said that home is the most important fan base in the world. Even for us in diaspora, we react to whatever the people back home
It's happening
are
back home.
messing with.
Yeah.
If the people back home are rocking with somebody 9 times out of 10,
Look
it's
at
gonna
Charlie Poppy.
come.
Look at Charlie Poppy.
It's going to reflect onto us.
Yeah.
So the fan base, I've always said that the fan base at home needs to be serviced. There has to be a better way for these artists to touch those fan bases. The big criticism that we've heard from the artists is that there are no structures in place for proper touring back home in Africa, back home in Nigeria. Let's talk about a Lagos-based artist trying to tour Nigeria by road. You are in
It's
trouble.
not possible. Yeah.
You can't go
do
to
that, no.
Ibadan, go to Benin. Of course, you can do it, but there's so many risks involved.
Yeah.
With
Safety
that.
and all that stuff. That's right.
Absolutely. Safety, security. You know, you're talking about the bad roads. You're talking about, you know, electricity. You're talking about all these things. So one, we have to look at a way where these problems have to be fixed. That's number one. Number two, I take Burna Boy, you know, for example. and some of these other incredible artists that have been traveling around the world and performing on fantastic stages and using incredible productions around the world. In some cases, and there's been examples of that, their sets and their production quality, in some cases, haven't been able to match what they've been getting internationally.
Yeah.
It's not the fault of the promoters. It's the fault of, the people that can create, an industry and support an industry back home. The private sectors. We talk about the government, but it looks like at this stage, the government ain't going to do shit.
We're going to get to that because
the government ain't going to do shit.
Nah, we're going to get to that.
So what we need are the private companies who have benefited immensely from this fantastic array of creative talent. Your banks, your telecommunications companies who have made billions off of the creative industry, from selling their music, from using them as ambassadors to increase, publicity and building bank accounts off of all these young talents. How about you sit a couple of them down and say, apart from us giving you that $1 million endorsement, what else can we do for your industry to make your life better? Sir, we'll probably need a 20,000 capacity arena in Lagos. We'll probably need some production equipments and this, that, and the third. We would like for Lagos to be able to have a smooth, touring facility to Ondo, to Benin, to Port Harcourt. Let's start having those discussions in addition to the money that we're taking for endorsements. Yeah. Hopefully that could start to turn the needle a little bit. Now, going to the amount of money that the artists are charging, I'll be the first person to tell you that everybody deserves whatever they want to charge.
Absolutely.
100.
I believe in capitalism.
So I'll tell you this. Whatever you want to charge is because you have evaluated what you're worth, what your performance means, and how much you're going to invest in whatever it is that you're giving to the people. So if I tell you to pay me £1,000, it's because I believe that I'm worth that. However, in Nigeria, where the foreign exchange rate has gone through the roof, a lot of people, more than 60, 70% of the population are living below the poverty line.
That's where the problem is.
However, they are still 80 to 90% of the fans that are responsible for your success. Let's say that again.
Right.
More than 60 to 70% of the people are living below the poverty line, yet still 80 to 90% of the fan base that's responsible for your success. So you have to find a way to ensure that those people can enjoy the superstar that they've made.
Because I'm glad that you just said this right now, bro. Yep. I'm glad that you just said it right now because that was like where I needed to. That was where I was going to next. The compromise.
Absolutely, you have to. There is no way in this world that you're going to have to. You're going to have to make changes. You can't charge. It's like in the UK. You can't charge what you're charging in the UK in Europe, for example, because the people that go to Afrobeats concerts don't have the same spending power. They don't have the same power. Not that many people are in fantastic positions like they are here in the UK. So if you're charging like 50, 60 grand in the UK, you're probably going to be charging 10K in Europe.
Right.
Facts.
But then this is the thing though. I agree with you all the way.
Yes.
I agree with you all the way until I saw an article last week.
Yes.
Right, where they said that Nigerians in Nigeria spend $900 million alone every single day on gambling.
Yeah, but
I think that there's money there.
Listen. Yes, a lot of, you can see the betting companies, which, I have my personal reservations about that because of the addiction
that comes with it.
And how much it's ruined people's lives.
Oh my God.
So I have my own, personal thoughts about that. But we've all seen over the last 5 years how the growth of the betting industry in Nigeria has become.
It's gonna.
Every single major artist is endorsed by a betting company.
Yeah, sure.
So, and the thing about betting companies is they're not necessarily looking at high bets and expensive bets.
No.
10 grand, 5 grand.
Yeah, it's the
You
small
know,
ones.
when they take that,
we those smart bets,
over 200,000 people
That's money.
spending 10,000 every single day betting on the Premier League or whatever, you put that together, that's a whole lot
That's
of
a
money.
huge lot of
So
money.
yes, I can see the amount of money that Nigerians are spending on that, but it still does not translate into entertainment. A lot of people are spending money that they haven't even earned on betting.
Yeah.
Their widows might.
Yeah.
Their family savings.
Yeah.
People are selling properties. People take their salary,
And put
haven't
it in there.
fed their family,
And
and,
put it in
go
there.
straight
Yeah,
into
yeah,
betting.
yeah.
So that you can't. But entertainment, people choose to be entertained.
choice.
They want to take, they want their stress away. They want to go and support their artists and stuff. And a lot of people are not in position to pay the 50, 70 grand, 100 grand tickets. So we need to find a way. And I think, with all due respect, speaking to the artists and some of their managers who I am close to and stuff we all need to sit at the table and look at how we can replenish, the industry that has birthed them back home and support the fans by providing shows for them, at affordable rates.
Do you know what? I do agree with you. Yeah, I do agree that artists should compromise.
Yeah.
But then my other gripe is when companies, they just don't want to improve. So you're asking me to compromise,
But you're not going
Right.
to improve the quality.
but you're not even trying to improve the quality of this event or whatever it is that you're building, right? You're not trying to improve the equipment. You're not trying to improve nothing. But you want me to compromise, right? Which is cool, right? But what are you doing?
I think that's where the conversation should be.
Yeah.
So just as people have spoken publicly about how astronomical the fees for the artists have become over the last couple of months or couple of years and slightly become impossible for the promoters back home to book them, and the artists still feeling that they want to serve their fans. They want to entertain those fans back home. You want to go back home to Unilag, Uniben, Uniport, whatever it is, Kaduna, Abuja, and entertain these young fans who are responsible for the way the global, audience is, reacting to you. Then you have to have a conversation privately or in some case publicly.
Yeah.
To say, okay, we are willing to definitely look at our prices, but are you going to give me a guarantee that the production level will be a lot higher, that you're going to give us a guarantee that the fan experience will be a lot better? Are you going to give us a guarantee that you will invest a lot of the money that you're refusing to pay me into
this.
making this show
This
a
experience.
fantastic show?
Yeah.
Let's have these conversations. Like I said, the private companies that have been responsible for or that have benefited from the explosion of the music industry in Nigeria specifically should also look at themselves. The amount of money the telecommunications companies have made off of music, selling ringtones, streaming, all these things. Yes, they talk about endorsing the artists, but have you also spoken about taking lump sums and investing into what makes the artists' lives back home better? We need bigger arenas. How can Nigeria not have a 20,000 capacity arena that's capable
crazy.
of holding a fantastic show in Lagos?
That's crazy.
It's mad. But just to go on for that point, another line of discussion would be, or conversation would be, like, are we going to blame the private sector when the government is meant to lead the way?
That's the thing.
So if nobody's leading the way, I don't see why you're there for a business. You're not going to just put in money there when the groundwork has not been done yet.
So what happens is, yes, government is responsible for legislation, for governing, for ensuring that there are systems in place that protect intellectual property, protect the creative industry, ensure that there are checks and balances, that creators or creatives can, receive what they are owed and what they are due. The private industry and the private companies, usually that's where the growth comes from. Because of capitalism, because of the competitive nature of private companies. That's how there's a growth in any industry, whether it's telecommunications, whether it's the fast food chain, because you've got Burger King, McDonald's, whatever, because all of them are fighting so hard to be the number one. That's how there's growth.
Yeah.
So, and because of that, you have to start speaking to these companies because over the last 10 years, they have benefited largely from these superstars.
Hell yeah.
Globacom, MTN, Mnet, all these people, we know them because these artists have endorsed them, performed for them, advertised their products. So in addition to money into the artists' pockets, let's also look inwards and see how we can also develop this industry and put some money in there and try to solve some of the problems that they claim to have.
This industry is a gold mine.
Yes, it is.
It is a gold mine.
Yeah.
It's just there waiting for who's going to tap into it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because I can't understand why. Like in the early 2000s, late 90s and everything, like you had Star, you had Gouda, you had, MTN. They were doing concerts and everything.
They're still doing it. They still have it.
But I just don't understand. So with all this that's going on, Rema has a couple shows coming up in December in Nigeria.
Yes.
So how is he doing it?
They're going to do it. First of all, shout outs to Rema and his team. Those are fantastic people that they have a vision. Rema is an artist that has a vision. He believes in how he's supposed to be seen and represented. He believes in what, he has an idea of who his audience is. And the decision to have those couple of shows in Lagos, Benin, and I think in Abuja is specifically because of that. He's fine. He wants to go back home and perform to the audience that he believes is responsible for his current position. Yeah. And he was looking for the right partners to be able to make that happen.
To do that, yeah.
So the people that eventually is winning a contract. So, because trust me, I got phone calls of people trying to do that show that wanted me to introduce them to Rema's people so they can put a bid forward. And so it wasn't only about the money that was going into his pocket.
Right.
You had to put a proposal together
to
convince the Rema's team that you could create the most incredible experience for not only Rema, but his audience. And I think at this stage, that's probably now what we need from some of these superstars, where whoever comes to partner with you, not only are you thinking about the money that they're putting in your pocket, you're going to be looking at how they would make this experience fantastic for your audience and possibly also invest in your industry and make a little change to benefit another artist in the future. One change each time a major artist has a major show with a big brand ultimately becomes something huge.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be something huge at once.
Yeah.
Something, just a little change.
Yeah.
And if we start, and the most powerful people that can affect those changes are the biggest superstars at the moment. Because people will do anything for a bigger superstar.
Absolutely.
They'll listen to them. Look at Wizkid. We saw Wizkid just rubbing shoulders with the head of UBA, rubbing shoulders with the king of Ijebuland.
Ijebuland
these are powerful people.
People that can make things happen.
Powerful. Yeah. So imagine a conversation with the head, Tony Olumilo, just saying, listen, sir, yes, I know we're talking $5 million for Wizkid endorsement for the next 1 year, but I really want a space in Surulere where the young creatives from Shita, Ojuelegba, Western Avenue can really go in and create music.
And make something happen, yeah.
And just that conversation alone,
it can be done.
Can kickstart something.
Absolutely.
So we're saying it's a mindset then. So we all need to move in that direction where you're moving with the people, not just your own pocket. Because we tend to do that a lot.
Olamide said something on my podcast 3 years ago during the pandemic.
Right.
And someone kind of tagged me in it about 2 or 3 days ago. So I'll play it for you.
Right.
Afrobeats is here. The whole world is watching. All eyes on us, And if care is not taken, if we don't go together, and you know what happened to the Jamaican sound?
Absolutely.
Because every time, every somebody gets an opportunity, they just want to go alone and do it alone and not carry anybody along. Till that person, when they're done with that man, move on to the next man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's going to be hard for you guys to break if you keep coming in pieces, you know.
Absolutely.
If you want to really, really dominate, we all need to move together
Facts.
as one, you know. So I'm a believer of that ideology. So I will do anything to work with as many as as possible.
That's amazing.
That's real talk.
That's 2020.
And he's doing it. And he's doing it.
Because I don't see why this guy don't come together. We
So
say
when I saw that clip, I just kept it. I'm like,
And he's doing it.
Bado.
Yeah, he's doing
That's
it. Look at
that's
his roster.
legend talk right
Yeah,
there.
look at his roster. He's still doing it and everything. And that's facts, because if we're not together, the same thing that happened to dancehall, music, all that is gonna happen.
There's nothing special about us that we haven't seen.
Yeah, it's
That's
crazy.
what I tried to tell everybody.
Yeah.
And nobody seems to get that, because we all think sometimes
ego,
it's like,
bro, innit?
we think we're so special. It's like, okay, this is the first of first.
Nah,
I'm
it's
like,
ego, bro.
It happens all the time.
It's
So
ego.
you need to follow that format where carry everybody along and then everybody benefits.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So with the conversation that we are having right now, obviously we saw the post from Afronation,
Yes.
right? I looked at the post. Not gonna lie, I said Afronation we're just trying to be nice. You know what I mean? I called it cap. You know what I mean? I said, you know what? They are nice people. They are trying to be nice.
No, but they want to do business.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They are trying to be nice. They don't want to come out and say what really. So,
No, but we don't know though what really happened.
bro, I think we had this conversation here.
Yeah.
Right? When we saw that thing and we said, bro, we wish this is going to happen, but the way the structure back home is set up, these people have a lot of work to do. First of all, I didn't like the fact that it was going to be done in a stadium, because Afronation, like we know, like it's a big vibe. You get what I'm saying? It's a big vibe. And now in a stadium, so I'm thinking at the back of my mind, okay, is it like a section of the stadium is going to be cut off? And because imagine selling out that whole stadium, right? And then I now saw people talking about the prizes and everything, which Afronation, for the most part, in my mind, if Afronation can be successful in Ghana, surely it should be able to be successful in Nigeria, right? But people are talking about prizes and everything. So you're on the inside, bro. What exactly? Now, I know that there are some things that you can't talk about.
Yeah.
However you want to summarize
I'll
it.
tell you what I can. First of all, with the prices, there were prices as low as 20-something thousand naira that was released specifically targeting people back home.
Back home.
So those tickets sold out as soon as they came out, obviously. Initially, the first prices that people saw were the usual Afronation prices that would go for like regular VIP and then maybe Golden Circle tickets. Obviously, later on, there were prices that was released for targeting
masses,
the people back home. And there were also partnerships that Afronation had with some of their sponsors where there were going to be loads of tickets that was going to be available for just the people back home. At
Proper discounted price,
ridiculously low prices.
Low prices, yeah.
And in some cases, a lot of them were going to be free as well.
Yeah.
Because of the partnerships that came with it.
Yeah.
Now, that's to address the ticket prices. But with regards to Afronation specifically wanted to go to Nigeria because they felt Nigeria was a spiritual home for Afrobeats and everything that Afronation was about.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Ghana, that had been a fantastic home to Afronation for the last couple of years.
Yeah, I believe 5 years, right?
Yeah, but we did 2. They did 2 in Ghana.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
The people were incredible. The system was fantastic. Everything it was so hard because it's Africa.
Yeah.
But Ghana worked so well because of a variety of things.
Yeah.
The people wanted it to happen. The government were in massive support of it. There were systems in place that made such an international festival straightforward to have in a country like Ghana.
Yeah.
So going to Nigeria, everybody was excited. Nigeria was the spiritual home for Afrobeats. You had headliners like Burna Boy and J Hus was already announced, and big international names were about to be announced, and all of that. We, went home, had incredible meetings. The Afronation crew had gone to Nigeria millions of times within the last 6 months. Meeting hierarchies in governments, in the private sector, in the security forces, to make sure that this experience was going to mirror what Afronation had been around the world. Now, to your conversation about the stadium, yes, Afronation is a beach vibe. However, Afronation also holds in the most realistic venue in whatever city they go to.
Yes.
So even though it's a beach vibe originally, there are also systems within the organization that faces the reality of the city that they're in. An example will be when Afronation went to Miami. It took place at the Mariners Stadium, the baseball stadium. It wasn't at the beach. But that was the most realistic venue that was open to Afronation at that time. So fast forward to Lagos, Nigeria. Yes, there's a beach there. But was it going to be possible to put a festival on that beach? You have to think of Afronation would have to build a village on that beach. You have to build your own fences. You have to put up your own security systems. You have to put up, there's a lot that goes into that. Apart from the finances, doing it in Nigeria, you have to think of all everything the equipments that you have to take over. So I didn't think that was that could happen. So the stadium was the next best option. And like I said, they had a series of meetings with all the major players that can support such a festival to happen. But at the end of the day, they had to come to the conclusion that based on the information that was at their disposal and the reality that they were facing,
it wasn't going to be
2 months to that festival, it was going to be impossible to deliver a festival that Afronation wanted to put together in Nigeria. It was going to be impossible.
So does that mean that it's still going to happen in Nigeria in the future?
Nigeria is a destination that Afronation wants to make happen. And the response to the ticket sales for this one shows that they made the right decision. And that option is still open and could happen at any time. However, the next 2 months was too short
for all that
to be able to put it together based on the information that was available to the hierarchy at Afronation. It was just too much of, that there was going to be too many
logistics to come into play.
And I think that's bad, because I wouldn't see it and be like, I would be mad at them if they put the show and it was a crap show.
No, absolutely.
I will be here bashing them big time.
Absolutely.
So when they call it off, I'm like, oh, okay.
Trust me, it's the best decision that they could have made.
No,
absolutely. Not only are they thinking about the festival goers that are already picking up their bags and traveling all the way to Nigeria for that, they're also thinking about the festival goers back home that had high expectations of Afronation based on what they had seen on social media in the past. So if anything happened in Nigeria that was below par,
the reputation of the brand
was going to affect a brand that was so particular about what they've done over the last 5 years, that doing anything below that standard was not just acceptable to them. And they said, listen, it's better to call it off than to do it lower than what they usually do.
So is there going to be an Afronation festival anywhere in December?
No.
Okay, so this year is going to be off.
Everything was targeting Nigeria, so once it's off, it's off.
Everybody just rest.
Yeah, everybody just chill.
Everybody just rest and go over and come back next year, man.
Everybody just chill.
No, but I think.
But I think that's the best thing. Like, instead of doing something and then regretting it, just chill out.
It's too much.
Have a longer time to plan it out and then strike.
Too much is
because the brand, I mean, for a wannabe one-time promoter, but for a brand like Afronation, they can't.
It's beyond one show in December.
Absolutely.
This is a brand that has been responsible for paying salaries of hundreds of people
Yeah.
on a monthly basis
Yeah.
since its inception in 2019.
That's big.
You think about that. That's
big.
2019, 20, 21, 22, 23. There are people whose last 5 years have depended solely on the successes of Afronation.
That's big.
So it's not only about putting up a show together, it's also ensuring that the company and the organization is in such a position that the members of staff who relies and serves this organization can still carry on their daily lives beyond December.
Yeah, absolutely.
You need to
Listen,
reward them.
yeah, absolutely, man.
They need to be rewarded.
Listen, shout Afronation, Charles Maiden. And you know what? Before we continue, we are gonna get into the tunes of the week. Listen, for people that don't know, the tunes of the week is when we serve you lot the new songs from this week, man, because obviously some of you are too lazy to go into the playlist or to search for the new songs and everything. So, like the chef that we are, bro.
Yeah, we serve it up.
We serve you up for that. And sometimes feed them the songs too, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, which songs are out this week, man, before we continue? We got Fireboy DML. Oh my. Go check that out, man. Big song. We've got Omale with Holy Ghost. Go check that out. We got Charlie Poppy, Presido La Pluto. The album is out right now on all your DSPs. Go check that out. And we got Black Sherif. Oh no.
The fire.
That's a fire one though. You know what I'm saying? Go check that out. And we got World. Don't get used to this. The EP is out. Go check it out. And we got CDQ, Mood, and Ecstasy, the album. Go check that out. We got Rexy, Big Time. The deluxe album is out right now. Go check that out. And we got Bloody Civilian. And At Least We Tried, the EP.
No, that's my favorite girl.
I know. You have been saying that, man.
Her voice is saying.
For real, go check it out. And we got Omawumi, More, the EP. Go check her out.
Yep.
And we got Barry Tiga, Ego Piano featuring Techno. Go check it out. We got Dremo, Lagos. Go check that out.
I need to check that out.
Oh, yeah, for real. You know, and we got Chris Brown. You know, like, listen,
Man, that's one of us.
We've always said that Chris Brown is a Nigerian name at this point, bro.
Listen. Once Chris Brown releases music, the whole Afrobeats community, we going to it.
Yeah.
That's a
Because
fact.
Chris Brown is not only an R&B legend and a pop superstar.
Nah.
To us, he's an Afrobeat superstar.
Absolutely, bro.
Facts.
Absolutely.
Facts.
That's a whole fact.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're gonna shout my man out too as well. And we got the Kid Laroi, the first time album. Go check that out. We got Gucci, Feeling Good featuring Bayani. Go check it out. We got UG, The Prodigal Son. The album is out. And we got Spiro. We got Spiro as well. The next rated EP is out. We got Jules. Lil Mama featuring Kota the Friend. Go check that out. And last but not the least, we got Umu Obilibo.
Umu Obilibo. Yeah.
Umu Obilibo. Yeah, the Legacy album.
Yeah, right.
Go check that out for real.
I like
Umu
Umu Obilibo. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Do you know what? Yeah, one of the names that we mentioned is Fireboy.
Yes.
He's got the new album out.
Single.
The new single out.
Yeah.
Which I absolutely love. Just gonna play just a snippet of it real quick. Absolutely love that single. And I love Fireboy.
Yeah,
for
come
real.
on.
Let's just hear a snippet of it real quick. This is Fireboy DML. Oh my, the single. Everywhere on your DSPs right now.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Hey. Go check it out, man. Go check it out for real.
Fireboy has come with the flavor, man.
You see, when Fireboy was with the Perus of the world, with the bandanas of the world, I was one of the people that said, listen, this dude, I think he's about to take over. I think he's the next, right? Recently, a lot of conversations have been going on online about Fireboy, about his career. A lot of people are saying that it's not like the way it was last year, 2 years ago. I cannot disagree, right? This is the reason why I disagree. Yes, Peru had Ed Sheeran. That was a massive song all over the place. I believe he had another song that he did with Madonna as well, right? And then the one with Ashake. But I think he's going through a transition where he's sort of rediscovering himself, his voice, and his art. I don't think it's a bad thing. Some people online are saying that, quote unquote, he has fallen off. I disagree. Where do you guys stand on it?
Totally disagree. Falling off what? This is someone that's had over 3 billion views on across all platforms. How's that falling off? Yeah, you have your times where you're up, you're the number one guy. You have your times where you're not the number one guy. You know, that's life, isn't it? You're like you said, you were not feeling fine last week. It depends. Like he's not.
That's a fact. That's a
the fact. Like the thing is, people we think these guys are machines or something. Nah, these are human beings. He's going through a period where he's putting out music, but we're not checking it like we were checking other music. That's my opinion. I think he's putting out songs, but we're not checking them out like we used to check the Perus and the stuff.
Why do you think that is, though?
Because to take Peru for example, Peru had Ed Sheeran and it was a big
Peru
song.
was a hit before Ed Sheeran came through.
Yeah, it was a hit before Ed Sheeran.
Like straight up, like
it was a hit. But my point is the same way we're checking for Peru and so why we're not checking for this song now?
I think it's because in our culture we always want to go for hits. Where are the hits? Where are the hits? Where are the hits? Right? And okay, you want to say something?
I don't necessarily agree with the fact that we always want to go. The major fan base are heat seekers. They go where it's hot right now. Fireboy came out of the gate with a classic album.
Absolutely.
Not that many artists within our culture or beyond, whatever genre, could beat their chest and say their debut album was a classic.
Yeah. Not a lot of people can say that.
Laughter, Tears, and LTG was a damn, and Goosebumps was a damn good album.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Coming off with that album, you were always going to have a kind of difficult time because most times people would judge you based on what you had.
Your previous work.
Yeah.
You know what? Similar to Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yes, because people still saying right now, that's what 50 Cent is touring with. So with Fireboy, then he released the second album, then he released the third album. You have to understand that this young brother has dropped 3 albums in a space of 3 years.
Back to back to back.
Back to back to back. Within that, he dropped a classic album and he dropped a multi-platinum selling hit single.
Absolutely.
Toured the world. Performed at BET Awards, becoming the first Afrobeats artist to rock the stage on there. He was nominated for a Brit Award. He was nominated here and there. He performed in the UK, across Europe. He became a pop superstar, a massive sensation.
Yeah, he did.
It's been an incredible 3 years.
Yeah.
And what usually happens to a music professional musician, you have when you're in flames and when you're just working. When you're in flames and when you're just working. That's where most artists really should aim to be.
Yeah.
Because that's really what certifies you as a professional musician.
Right.
Right now, he's already dropped 3 albums. Fireboy can do a 2-hour set.
Easy.
On stage.
Easy.
Yep.
How many people can do that?
Not many.
If he wants to come out today to perform to fans will come out in thousands.
Absolutely.
To watch him perform.
Yeah.
He might not have the hottest song in the playlist at the moment, but I dare you to have an Afrobeat set and not play Peru. I dare you. I dare you.
It's not possible.
Impossible.
Yeah, it's not possible.
That is a lot of people only live for one hit record.
That's it.
He's got multiple hit records, multiple dope albums.
Yeah.
Plus, he's an incredible writer. And guess what? He's still a young man.
Very, very young. Very, very young.
Bro,
very, very
in
young.
a nutshell.
That's time, bro.
Like,
There's your time.
Come on,
a huge
man.
time. And the thing that you said about his first album,
Classic
album. Sometimes, a situation like that can be a gift and a cost.
Yes.
Right? Because you have this album that's so astronomical.
Yeah. People
Judge
you
will
based
always
on
want to judge you because of that. Not because your other albums are not good.
Yeah.
Not because
Look
your
at
songs
50
are not good. Look at 50 Cent. Everyone still judges him of that. Get Rich or Die Trying.
Diamond selling album.
And if you don't hit that, which for the most part is impossible to
I
hit
think
that again.
I think Fireboy's last album was incredible. The one that had Rema, Chris Brown, Shensia.
Amazing.
That was an amazing album.
album.
And I think a lot of people really slept on that album, Because personally, I think that was one of the best Afrobeats albums of the last 2 years. A fantastic body of work.
Killed it.
It was incredible. The collaborations were brilliant. He had Black on a record. He had it was so beautiful. And I think because people, like you said, are hit seekers. They're looking for what's ringing off everywhere else before they come to the album.
That's it.
And maybe that's why they didn't pay attention to that album the way they should have.
Yep.
So for me, he's in a great space. He could be finding himself, but I think there's nothing to worry about.
He's good.
This is a successful superstar at the moment who's released 3 albums in the last 3 years. He's had multi-platinum selling singles, a classic album in the making. He's toured the world, being one of the first Afrobeats artists to perform at the BET Awards on national television in the USA. Come on, brother.
but
You
he's
deserve
still popular.
He's still popular.
In my book, he's still popping.
Absolutely.
You deserve to take your rest, enjoy your life.
That's
for now.
it, bro. Salute to him. Salute to him.
For me, he's not even taking a rest now. He's still popping.
He's still doing his thing.
Yeah, so now I
still
believe the engine is about to kickstart again, and this new single is going to be the first of many.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to his next album. I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to that.
He talks.
Oh yeah.
He talks in the album.
Oh yeah, he's too good, man. He's too good. And the big thing that's going on right now, man. Listen, I'm gonna have to salute every artist out there, everyone that have been mentioned for the Grammys Awards.
The nominees, yeah.
The nominees and everything. Especially because I know my man has been looking for that.
I mean, Davido. Oh, okay.
I'm very, very happy for him. I'm very happy for him. But before we jump into that, man, these are the nominations that were, these are the people that were nominated. So the best African music performance, Ashake and Olamide.
That's incredible.
Amapiano. Hard. Ayra Starr.
Come on.
With
Talk that
Rush.
talk, princess.
Ayra Starr with Rush, man.
I mess with Ayra Starr, man.
Listen. Salute to her.
Yeah.
Border Boy with the City Boys.
Come on, man. Girls in my crib. Zero Snapchat, what? Go. We with that.
Listen. Davido featuring Musa Keys. I'm unavailable.
That is
They don't receive me.
that song has got
Come on.
And then the last but not the least, you got Tyler with Water,
Make
bro.
me sweat, make me water, make me lose my breath, make me Listen, I don't care what anybody wants to say.
Yeah.
Everybody that got nominated deserved
it. On God in heaven.
That's all I'm saying.
On God in heaven, they
Definitely.
did, bro. On God in heaven. Now, before we jump into the next category, with this one, if you're to throw a wide guess,
Yes.
who do you think is going to take home this?
Impossible.
possible to guess. Yeah?
Impossible. I'll tell you this, point blank.
It's a very tough
There
group,
is
innit?
no way you can predict what the Grammys are going to do. Because number one,
True, though.
they have a reputation for getting it wrong most times.
On God.
And if you look across the board, there's still going to be criticisms for people that were missed out of these categories.
On God.
So there is no way. Look at Tyler. I was at the Afrobeats Festival in Berlin in August where Tyler performed Water. I'm going to post that video. And everybody was just looking at her like,
What the hell
what's she
is this?
singing?
What she said,
What's this nonsense?
And here she is.
And guess what? 3 months down the line,
Yes, she
everybody and their mother
Knew that
was
song.
singing
I am
that song.
sick and tired of that
So-
song, bro. I'm hearing that song.
I see my kids.
Every chick I know.
And my kids on TikTok, they just go through the song like
I'm telling
every
you,
time.
bro.
So, and look at where it's gotten her.
Yeah,
So
of
for me, there is no way in this world you can predict who's going to win that award. What you can only say is that everybody in that category has an equal opportunity
to smash it.
of picking up that gong. And
smash
whoever does pick it up,
Salute.
we gonna ride with you
Salute
regardless.
for real, for real.
we gonna
for
ride
real.
with you regardless.
Salute. This is like, you know, when the Champions League do their draws and everything, and you see one group, you see
Man United,
Man
Bayern
United,
Munich.
Barcelona,
No,
Roma.
not Man United. Maybe Arsenal, Real Madrid. Yeah,
Barcelona, I don't know, bro. Don't group, bro.
Don't do United like that.
Man United, man, we down, we down,
we are
pecking
down,
order
bro.
right now.
This is the only man right here who still has faith in Man U, bro.
Nah,
of course.
My faith is gone, bro. You know what I'm saying? Then the next group, man, we got the best melodic rap performance. And we got Burna Boy featuring Tiwa Savage, Sitting on Top of the World.
It's crazy.
Crazy, man. And obviously, the other artists, you have Doja Cat, you have Drake,
So
Tiwa
I want us to stop on that for a moment
Yeah.
and acknowledge Burna Boy for something. This is the first time an Afrobeats artist has been nominated
The same
in the rap category.
bro.
Major league.
Okay.
Major league, bro.
Let's say that again.
Yeah.
This is the first time, and this is why Burna Boy has publicly refused to be under the umbrella
Of
Afrobeats because he felt his music was a blend of all genres. And
Don't box me in.
This nomination, whether you like it or not, is justification
it's a win.
for why he's felt he deserves in a different category. So once again, a special mention has to be given to Burna Boy.
Absolutely.
Because we've never seen an Afro anything artist nominated in a category outside of the global performance, African category, and
World
that
performer,
is Burna Boy.
That is Burna Boy for real.
Definitely. ODG for a reason.
Straight up.
Yeah.
No cap.
Nah, no cap.
The next category is the best global music album. And once again, we have two of our ambassadors.
Talk that talk.
You get what I'm saying? We've got Burna Boy with I Told Them,
No cap.
and we got Davido with Timeless.
Yo, so this is what I'm going to say.
It's crazy.
Okay? This one, this one is very important to say because a lot of people are like, there's so many albums that came out this year, But without a shadow of a doubt, these two albums by these two brothers are the only albums within our culture that got the biggest exposure within and outside of our culture.
Absolutely.
True.
We saw the promo run that David was on.
He was on it.
Yeah, nah.
He was on
Every
it.
single person under the face of the earth knew that a young man by the name Davido released an album. Whether you were in Accra, Tanzania, London, or California, you got that alert and memo.
On God.
And of course, Burna Boy's run over the last couple of years means that there is no fan within Afro-pop culture, black music culture, that doesn't know that Burna Boy dropped an album. He did the same thing too. So when I saw that nomination, I said, yes, these two brothers put in the work.
Yeah, no,
I
they
don't
did.
care what anybody wants to say.
Oh, God in
There
heaven.
are other people around the world. Shout out to my brother Stoneboy, actually. Because my brother Stoneboy put in the work too.
Salute, Charlie.
Stoneboy put in the work.
He did his thing.
Put that
He
dimension
moved.
up. Yeah.
He moved around.
And we need to start seeing Ghanaian artists in the Grammy nominations, man.
Yeah.
You go, I mean.
But again, it also has to do with the kind of work that Stoneboy did.
Yes.
You know, Stoneboy went around. I remember he did an
Stoneboy was
interview
everywhere.
at Ajax. He was at Hot 97.
He was
He
everywhere.
did Breakfast Club. He came to London, did the Afrobeats podcast.
Yeah.
He was on the BBC One. He went to Nigeria.
He was
Stoneboy
everywhere.
did the work.
He was everywhere.
So he had a fantastic album. He did the promo work. Sadly, he didn't make the list, and I have to acknowledge him. But outside of Stonebwoy, nobody matched Davido and Burna Boy when it comes to exposing the album that they dropped this year. Nobody ran the earth the way those guys did.
I remember.
And I think, especially Davido, I've said it here before I said it here, that people have to emulate, what that young brother, how he's moved, particularly this year. David has moved with a different level of purpose and precision. He's been very consistent and intentional about every single finger he put up. And that reflected in I'm not a big fan of giving credibility to all these major platforms. I want to support Headies. I want to support Trace Awards. I want to support Sound City Awards. I want to support the VGMAs. That's what I'm on. Yeah. But when platforms like these, the Grammys outside of Nigeria or outside of Africa, nominate any of our entertainers, I see it as a major platform identifying that these people have put in the work.
The hard work, bro. The hard work.
Definitely.
And to me, that's one reason why I mentioned earlier, I salute all those people, but especially Davido, because we had that conversation here.
Yeah.
The burden of delivering this album, considering what he went through the year before, right? And the conversations around that, right? He had to deliver.
He had to.
He even said it himself.
Yeah. Was the do or
that
die.
the pressure was on him and everything. And I'm glad that he delivered.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he delivered, bro. You know what I'm saying?
We love Davido. We have a special place for David.
Absolutely.
Because of a variety of reasons, the personal relationships that people like myself have with him, and just the way he carries himself when it comes to us, and he responds to us.
He's a very humble guy. You can see.
We just love the brother. So it's great to see, and look at what Burna Boy's doing, man. He's on tour right now.
Yeah, he's killing
in
it.
Stadiums.
He's killing it.
So we cannot complain. Nigeria is blessed beyond our wildest dreams.
Absolutely.
With ambassadors like this. Yeah. Like, these are some of the most hardworking men and women we've ever had. Yeah. Within this creative industry. Yeah. And, every endorsement, Grammys, Trace, Headies, whatever it is that they get is, well-deserved and deserves applause.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very well-deserved.
Absolutely.
Now, therefore, but for that album, Davido should take it for me, personally. Because of what? Yeah,
because of the thing that he's going through.
Not even what he went through, the work he put in.
The work that he's put in.
But my man put in work.
Oh, yeah, he did.
People were there calling it cruise, but he was putting work.
He was on Instagram. You can see him doing that. I remember the first video when
with
he
the
came
challenge.
out
And people were like, what's this?
Yeah.
Guess what?
And that took off.
I took that. Everyone's doing that. Everyone is doing it, literally.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing that now.
That's mad. But, like they say, more money, more problems, like BAG said. The good that comes with the bad and everything.
Yes.
Recently, we've seen people come at Davido.
Yes.
Especially, I'm not the person that likes mentioning names.
Yeah.
SamKlef. What the hell is going on? Because we have this guy, right? We have this guy that, quote unquote, the both of them were cool.
Yeah.
From what he said, from his accounts. Then Davido had a kid.
No, twins. Innit?
Twins. He had twins. He didn't want the pictures to come out. Then all of a sudden, I'm not gonna lie, the platform where I saw the photos or the video was on SamKlef's thingy, right? Great, congratulations. Then all of a sudden, he came out to say that Davido messaged him to say, why are you posting that? And he said, I got it from somewhere and all that kind of stuff. Everything now spiraled down. And then he came out to say that both of them are cool now. And then later on, he came out to say that Davido has blocked him. And then since that time, he has now gone on this tirade, right? Talking down on Davido and saying a lot of disparaging things about him. I don't like it personally. I think it's distasteful, in my opinion. This is just my opinion. I don't know where you guys stand on it. Where do you stand on this?
I mean, it's distasteful, but I think they've made up because he kind of congratulated him for the nominees, for the nomination.
I don't
innit?
think they've made up. It's just
It was just you done that.
I think he's trolling.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. It is distasteful because I didn't like it. Like, I mean, you're airing out your personal business. Like, okay, that's your format, but why do it? What's the point?
Because I've said this, right? We had this conversation and everything. I said, listen, you're coming out now to talk about and whatever it is that has to do with money or whatever, right? My principle is if you were my guy and I claim that we were boys, right? Because I know that if the both of you were still boys, you are not going to come out to say all that stuff that you're saying about him. But now you're saying those things about him because you felt like he blocked you or you felt that he disrespected you. To me, I cannot put any credit, any respect on that. Because if he was your boy and that was there, you should come out and say it. But because he blocked you, now you're going on this tirade, calling him out. If that makes sense.
First thing is this. SamKlef, I think SamKlef and I have a very good relationship. And we've always had a very strong line of communication. Personally, on the phone, chatting via DM, I've been a good advisor to him, but I haven't spoken to him since this Davido thing started, and for very, personal reasons. Putting that aside, I want to talk about Davido, for example. At the time, David and his family had the babies.
Yeah.
Because of the sensitivity around what had happened to him in the past, the last thing he probably wanted was a situation where an announcement was made of the new blessing the family was having coming from somebody else.
Party, yep.
And SamKlef, to his defense, had said he had found the video on Twitter, which I believe also happened. There were a lot of videos flying around. I saw it on TikTok. I saw it all over the place.
Right.
However, David coming to SamKlef's page to say, delete this video, was because he saw SamKlef as a friend as well. Like a lot of us were.
Yeah.
Even though I had seen that video on other platforms, just because I noticed that David hadn't acknowledged and neither had anybody around him done that, I was cool on that.
Yeah.
Because of the sensitivities around that subject
Yep.
with David. So I wanted him, his family, and the people in his closest circle to lead with that news. But that was me, and probably a lot of us.
Yeah.
But sadly, maybe Sam didn't think that deeply. So that was why David reacted the way he did. But then going on afterwards with what SamKlef had, consistently was doing on social media. Like I said, I haven't spoken to him, and I wouldn't want this to be the place where I come and speak about something that I personally haven't spoken to him about. But I can tell you this for sure. I thought that was distasteful.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I don't like it too.
And it's painful for me because of how much I've championed SamKlef, especially because I know that there were elements within the industry that wanted to do everything possible to completely obliterate this man's memory.
Yep.
Do you think that that's probably the reason why he's as aggressive as he is?
So I personally think, there are wounds that SamKlef is dealing with based on his experiences within the industry and how people have tried so hard to act like his impact was not there. I think that there's good reason for some of his reactions, but on this subject,
I think
I
he's not going about it right.
completely,
Yeah.
it's not even going about it right. I completely disagree with what he's doing. He has his reasons for doing it, and I respect that. That's one of the reasons that I've just left him to do as he pleased.
Yeah.
Because I'm old enough to know that when people have made a decision to do certain things, you have to give them space. Because when you advise them,
You become an enemy.
Not even you become the enemy. Your advice becomes a subject of public debate.
Say it again.
When you advise them, your advice becomes the subject of public debate. Where they now say, even Shopsydoo just called me now saying that, this what. So for now,
You stay away from
this is not the moment.
Yeah.
When he visibly looks like he will be receptive to these type of conversations, then we would have it. Men, we are human beings and are subject on a daily basis to mistakes, to missteps, to failures, to wrongs. And our prayer is just that whatever mistakes and failures and wrongs that we make are not those that are detrimental to us gaining our happiness in the future. That's the biggest prayer, So when we're doing something wrong, when I'm wronging you, when I'm trying so hard to make sure that these mistakes that I'm making now don't contribute to a lifetime of sadness.
Yeah.
And I hope that whatever it is that Sam believes in at the moment that he's doing, I hope this is not the case.
Yeah. No, you're definitely right, though. You're definitely right, because I'm looking at him, looking at a man. I mean, he's obviously said himself as well, so it's not like a secret. Where I think I'm looking at someone who, from his account, has been wronged in the industry. Maybe he has not fully healed from it.
Of course, absolutely.
So he's going about it the best way that he thinks that he can go about it.
It's not the best.
So I'm talking about in his mind. And hopefully one of these days, everybody will result to peace.
Yeah.
To me, that's how
Sometimes, even when I'm having like personal spats with family or friends, or the first thing I say is, please be careful that whatever you say will not be something that
you would need to take back.
It will be impossible for you to take it back. Yeah. When you say some things, you can't take it back.
No, you cannot.
So I beg you to guide your words so that when we do cool off and embrace each other, there will not be lingering thoughts of sentences you made that I will never be able to get rid from my heart.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I use that as a yardstick whenever I'm getting into any kind of disagreements and I'm saying things that, I'm not happy about. I make sure that I still ensure that I'm not saying something that when this beef ends, I won't be able to face you.
To take this back.
So if I moonwalk about, like, you know what? I didn't mean it that way.
I didn't mean it that way, bro. I was just angry, bro.
And when you're doing 5, 6, 7 videos a day on somebody for the last 7, 8 days, including captions and text messages and WhatsApp conversations.
Those are things that's going to be hard
you
for
would
you
have
to take
said
back.
so many
much.
things.
Yeah, those are
and it was so uncalled for as well. Because if he had done the first one and then left it at that, okay, Davido wasn't happy, boom. But this one, you kept on, when you kept on going, I'm like, come on, this is... Because I'll be okay with just him releasing the picture. Okay, you saw it somewhere, you posted it. Because like you said, it was everywhere.
It was everywhere. But you have to understand that your platform is big. So there are things that have been around that when I touch it and I post it, then it goes viral. Yeah. Because of maybe the platform that I have. However, other people have posted it and nobody gave a damn.
True.
So that's really why they were sensitive. It's a sensitive topic.
It's a very sensitive one.
This is a young family who have sadly dealt with a very, very painful loss in the last 12 months. Yeah. And God decided to bless them. Give them that respect to tell the world rather than us looking like we're chasing likes and comments.
But it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
But then again, the flip side is chasing likes and comments is a business now.
Unfortunately.
But the
thing is,
who posted first?
But you also have to make sure that, in this world of chasing likes and comments,
you kind of still operate on principle.
as a human being.
Yeah,
Principles, yeah.
As a human being. Yesterday, Omale released his song. About 2 months ago, he played that song to me, and my cameraman captured him playing me the whole song. And I told my cameraman, I said, don't post that video because that's a song that hasn't been released yet. When the song got released yesterday, I posted the video.
There you go.
And a fan came and was like, oh,
So you
that means you've had this video for over 2 months.
Hell
I said,
yeah.
that's the reason why you show these people that they can trust you.
You can be trusted, yeah.
And they put you in more positions that deserve a lot more trust.
Absolutely.
It's that simple.
Absolutely. Listen, salute to everyone, man.
The etiquette behind it, yeah.
I've got,
That's the
because
etiquette.
I record a lot of times when I'm with these celebrities on my phone, there's so many clips I choose not to share.
Yeah.
Because I just think, nah, this might
It's not the right
probably,
time.
it might probably be read the wrong way. It might not even suit the artist. It doesn't benefit them positively.
Yeah.
And even though it's going to give me 100,000 views and likes, anything that's going to put them in a bad shade, I don't want a piece of that.
It's not good business.
I don't want a piece of that, man.
It's not good business.
Keep the likes on the comments,
Yeah,
man.
it's not worth it. It's not
You
worth
know,
it.
my
for real.
job is to make everybody look good.
Yeah.
That's the position that I found myself in. That's where I've embraced, the opportunity and the blessings that God has given me. And that's what I want to continue doing.
Yeah, for real.
Put them in the best light possible. So whenever you see me post a video with any of these entertainers, is maybe to show you how real he is as a normal human being.
Yeah.
Some of the intimate things that he's saying. Look at what Burna Boy said. Don't complain, don't explain, just believe.
Just do your thing.
He said that nowhere else.
Yeah.
But on a video to me.
Yeah.
That moment, I could tell that the world deserved to see that.
Yeah.
And that was why I shared it.
That's what's up, man.
And that's why we love you, bro.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you
why,
so
yeah.
much.
Making them look good. That should be everybody's task. man.
absolutely.
That's our job.
That should be everyone's job.
Because they're human beings, and where they are is one of the most difficult things ever. A creative, in my opinion, are some of the closest human beings to God.
Yeah.
To be able to pull something from thin air, create a sound or visuals that people can see and fall in love and take on for the rest of their lives as a memory piece. You have to be awarded a little level of respect to have some sense of spirituality,
Oh, absolutely.
whether you know it or you don't.
Oh no.
Interesting, but I've never seen it like this,
Yeah, that's what it is.
That is, yeah.
That's what it is.
Because they
That's
just
what it is.
come from nothing. And when you think about your life and you listen to a bunch of songs, there are songs that tell you specifically where you were at a particular time.
Yep.
Some took you out of, some difficult times. Some led you onto some incredible moments. But the person or the people that created that content actually sat in a room with nothing but air and was able to create what has ultimately changed your life.
Absolutely.
So you have to look at them.
No, that's big.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I
Very
give
big.
them. Whether you agree with them or not, you have to say, Homo.
You try.
This one's special.
You try. You try. Listen, but let's jump into this real quick, yeah. Why are these people coming at my girl Ayra Starr, man?
For what? The outfit?
Oh, bro, they are coming at this girl for her outfit and everything. And I'm not gonna lie, I've gone back and looked at her outfit and everything. I don't think she's wearing anything.
No, but
That crazy,
it's
though.
always been skimpy though. Like that's her style.
Yes.
See, this one.
That's-
This one's very personal to me. That's why I sat up.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Oh yeah.
First of all,
Let's go in there. Yeah.
Any man that goes online to criticize what Ayra Starr, a young lady, is wearing should be ashamed of themselves.
Listen.
That's number one.
I'm telling you.
Number two, this is an entertainer who is performing in the show business arena. Show business comes with everything about it.
Yep.
Your style, your outfit, your demeanor, your performance.
Yep.
And this 21-year-old girl has
21.
been she's 20. Listen,
Yeah.
we
We
got
need to
introduced
put
to
that.
this young lady when she was 18 or 17.
That's crazy.
And now she's 21 and Grammy nominated, by the way. Let's talk about
Yep,
that.
yep.
You know what I mean?
Rush.
So this 21-year-old young lady has found a way to create her own style, fashion, outfit that she wears out, that's really a sense of
Reflects her art.
Absolutely. And people have found the nerve to want to criticize a 21-year-old who's paying taxes, paying staff, and
That's a big one right there, bro. You're paying
creating
taxes.
a livelihood for not only one,
Her
two,
family.
3, 4, over 10 people.
Yeah.
She's taking care of family.
Yeah.
She's got managers,
Yeah.
road managers,
Yeah.
producers. She's actually an ecosystem.
Absolutely.
At 21, where we can say to a lot of people that are in those comments, they still haven't been able to pay their own bills at over 30-something years old.
Hell no.
And then the other part that I also want to stress is that when you are somebody that enjoys art and entertainment and you go and see Ayra Starr, I swear to you, there's nothing sexual about what this young lady is doing.
Even if they're already so what?
No, what I'm saying is there's nothing disrespectfully kind of sexual. It's all done in an artistic way. And ultimately, Ayra Starr is doing it for her girl fans. And not your old ass, tired ass.
You bitch ass niggas. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She ain't doing it for you.
No, she's not doing it for you.
When she's on the stage, she's talking to her Sabi girls.
Yeah.
She's talking to the young girls of, I've got a teenage girl.
Yeah.
Like a teenage daughter, 17-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
And those are the people that Ayra Starr's talking about. And ultimately, finally, I'm going to say this. I can't wait for the day that young lady gets a deal with one of these fashion labels who's going to pay her.
Yeah.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Because she's influential, she's beautiful, hardworking, talented, and she's got her style together. So
And she's a Grammy nominated as well.
Bruh, you're going to eat your heart out when she signs this multi-million-dollar deal.
I tell you, bro. Nah, the thing is, some of these people are creeps. That is what it is.
They're just creeps.
Some of these people are creeps. You look at a young girl, and the first thought that's coming into your head is something sexual.
Yeah.
What's she
That's just where
wearing?
the problem is, you know. And then also, a lot of these people live in this conservative-minded society where they do the worst.
It's a lie, bro.
They do the worst behind the scene.
Of course, bro. They're the ones that are going to check out Ice Spice videos and begging her not to pull down her skirt.
I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah, they're the ones.
You got what I mean? They do the worst behind the scenes and
In
everything.
2013, I remember, I think it's 2012 or 2013, when Tiwa Savage released the video Wanted, and it was shot by Mo Musa at the time.
Yeah.
You know, the world went hard on that young lady.
Oh, listen,
And I went
she's
on
been through
Twitter, and I was like, what? You hypocrites that are thirsting over Rihanna, Beyonce,
Exactly.
and every other girl in America had the nerve to criticize Tiwa Savage
Exactly.
for displaying a little bit of sexiness in her video.
Exactly.
To hell with you guys.
Exactly.
We don't want those type of audiences in our industry.
No.
And thank God the likes of Tiwa Savage and Yemi Alade and the host of other women that have displayed their confidence and their style as best as they can were not chased out of this industry.
The culture, yeah.
And Ayra Starr will be just the same.
Nah, she will.
A strong, young, black woman,
Confident.
who's going for her money and doing her
And
own
she's
thing.
confident. Yeah, exactly, bro. Because I've looked at it for some weird reason, right? They always go at the female artist.
Yeah.
They do it at they go at Ayra Starr, they go at Thames,
Yeah, everybody.
they go at Tiwa Savage.
They go
bro.
at Yemi, they go at
Yemi
everybody.
Alade. Listen, you see Tiwa Savage especially, yeah?
Yeah.
If she writes a tell-all book, I will buy it. Because I'm sure that she has stories for
Of
days.
course.
Because I remember, like you rightly pointed out, but back in the day, she used to get the brunt.
She was getting it.
It was hard. I was getting it.
She was
because
getting
obviously she came with her style.
She was
Yeah.
getting it.
She had so much style. The same way Ayra Starr now. She got so much style. And everyone was like, yo.
She was getting it.
She was getting it big
getting it.
time.
Big time. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's
I
crazy
just
how
don't
she
get it.
didn't just leave.
No,
It's mad. She didn't just
tough.
up and be like, you know what, boom, come to UK and do
Ayra
her
will be
thing.
good, man. She's protected by Don Jazzy and the whole team. They're very experienced. These are people that have handled careers of the likes of Wande Cole, Tiwa Savage, Ricardo Banks, Korede Bello. They've done it, man. They're handling Rema right now. When Rema came out, people pretty much said he was good for nothing. He was
I
different
remember that.
and he had no space in the culture. But some of us were blessed enough to love him.
I'm not gonna lie.
For what he was, and
I'm not gonna
look
lie.
at where we are now.
I'm not gonna lie. I was a late believer of Rema. I didn't think he was trash, but I just could not understand the hype around the guy.
My friend, shout out my brother DJ Lanry. He called me today.
Yeah.
And he was like, you were adamant about Rema, you were adamant about Ayra Starr, but he didn't get both artists at the beginning.
Shopsy.
And I did. I got them. I'm so happy I did.
Myself and Kels, we've almost had a bus up on this platform and everything.
I got them from the beginning.
He is a big time Rema guy.
Yeah, I got him from the beginning.
I didn't get it.
I just thought we needed something from left field.
Yep.
And when we saw him, I just saw it. I DM'd Don Jazzy. I'm like, whatever you need to support this young kid, I'm here. I'll support him. I'm ready. From the first video they ever posted of him. Because I just like that energy. I love the difference.
It was fresh, very fresh.
What do you think about his last EP?
The latest EP.
Yeah.
It's just, I believe it's just music that he's got laying around and is part of the vibe of his last album that he just wanted to just give it to the people. Just take that. This is a couple of sounds that I've made in that field before we move on to the next thing. That's what I think.
So you think that's not moving forward? That's not a sound he's aiming for, no?
I think he's going to come with something. Like, that boy is different. He's different, man. Look at the videos he's recording. Like, he's different. Rema is special. And I'm excited about him because of how different he can go.
Yeah.
So I believe that the music he's dropped now, if you listen to it well and you listen to the Raves and Roses, you see that there's a sound kind of
like an extension.
Yes, it's almost like an extension of that sound, See body. That's like an extension. So I believe he's just like, I've got these 4 or 5 records that I've got around that I feel kind of complements this whole year and the type of sound I've been on. Let me just, rather than let it go, let me just give it to my people, add some visuals to it, and let's get on. But I believe he's coming in 2024 different.
Right here,
which I love, by the way.
This is my tune right here, bro.
Each and every
You
track.
man. This is my Smooth Criminal. That's hard, bro.
He's different.
The first time I heard this one, the first time I heard this tune, I was like, what is this?
I believe in the guy. So, pause that now. Listen, don't pause it. I too like woman. I too like woman.
Oh, yeah.
I know they borrow. Me, I know they borrow. Now, so.
Yeah, it's an extension. It's an extension.
So, that tells you.
Your life is darling.
So that tells you straight away, I too like woman. Like, it was the sound it was in. And I believe he had created those sounds. And he just felt like they even, maybe they didn't make the album, but he was still in that bag. So let me give it to the people. I could tell straight from the minute I got that EP. He wasn't trying to do anything crazy. It was an extension of the sound he was working already. And we were open for that.
I was very open.
We're open for that.
Absolutely.
We're 35 million people strong on his Spotify listeners every month. It would be unfair of him not to give us something.
I'm coming around.
There's no room for you, bro. At this point, no room for you, bro.
The Ravers, we already know ourselves.
But there's no room for you, bro. You're late to the party, bro.
You're very late to the party.
Why do you think he's not nominated for the Grammys, bro?
I don't know.
Especially Calm Down.
I haven't done my research enough, but what I would say is this. Calm Down has been the biggest record in our culture that's had the biggest push ever. Calm Down remix performed, at the NBA All-Star Weekend, performed at the Ballon d'Or, the first Afrobeats artist, the first artist to perform on that stage, performed in India on national television to over 1 billion people, performed on national television in the United States of America. Without doubt, Calm Down is one of the biggest ever records to hit our culture. And sometimes, like I said, when it comes to Grammy Awards,
You just never know.
they just do their own thing.
It's just the technicalities, I
They
think.
just do
is.
their own thing, man.
Take
You know,
that.
Nicki Minaj is still not won a Grammy
A
Award.
Grammy, yeah.
You know,
You know what?
and that's a travesty.
I know it's crazy, but if you think about the and if you think about the Young Money family, for some weird reason, Drake has a problem with
He's
the
only
Grammys.
won 3
Yeah.
Grammy Awards
He has
in
a-
the
he has a-
last 12 years.
I know.
With the run that Drake has been on, he's probably deserved about 20.
Yeah, absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
So when you look at that and then you see a situation where arguably the biggest record of the last 14 months in Calm Down remix didn't get a look in, maybe it didn't come, like,
I don't know.
even
Maybe they didn't
understand.
submit. Did they submit?
Baba,
They
They
should.
must have.
When it
should.
comes to Maven Records,
Yeah, they're on point.
they are
They're on it.
on point.
They're
So
on it.
it's just the Grammys just
It should
doing
be
what,
there.
It's
It
just
should
the
be
Grammys
there.
doing what the Grammy does, man.
It should be there because if that song was there, it's gonna win something.
Because I
But
think
they'll even
I must have
surprise
read
you.
somewhere where it's like, I mean, they had to re-record it or something for it to meet the criteria and
What? I don't know. I don't know,
technicalities. Yeah, but hey, but the thing is, we know it's a big song. So sometimes it's like,
Oh, we
okay,
know.
it's good to have that validation from these people. Like, okay, say a best song, but and the culture, we know what songs are good. Like,
We know the impact of Calm Down.
exactly.
Calm
We
Down
know.
is the moment. It's a moment in history.
Absolutely.
When you write the Bible of Afrobeats, you're gonna say, yo, from here to here.
I was on
Calm Down was it.
holiday in, I think it was 2022 actually.
Yeah.
I was on holiday. Get the door. Yeah, I was on holiday 2022
Right.
and in Turkey, and Calm Down was playing on national television. That's when I sent a message to Rema's manager and say, yo,
Yeah.
this thing gone.
Yeah. It's
That was
not-
2022 September, bro.
that shit crazy.
National television in Turkey?
Yeah.
That's crazy. you
That's
know?
crazy, man.
So yeah, we're not going to be able to find out why not, but yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about his upcoming album? Concert. The one at the O2.
I think it's going to be an experience. I think Rema is going to blow our minds. Creatively, Rema is going to shock the world. I believe that at the O2 Arena, Rema announces himself as a top 5 A-list superstar out of Africa. I believe in performance level, Rema is going to take his performance to the next level. I believe Rema would entertain the fans like we have never ever seen him do before. I believe that this O2 Arena performance
It's gonna blow
by
everything up.
Rema is going to completely close out 2023 in spectacular fashion.
And this is like the best time, the end of the year and
Oh,
everything.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Like, I'm so gassed. I cannot wait.
Bro, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it because
Because you had your doubt.
Because I had my doubts.
What?
I had my doubts.
What? It's crazy.
I had my doubts.
Nah, man.
I'm not thinking.
No, never, man.
No,
You doubt Rema?
No, my thing was, I was saying, does he have a 2-hour catalog?
That boy crazy.
Shit.
I'm telling you.
He
That
does.
boy, listen,
Shit.
I'm back. Like, I'm so confident. Like, I've always been confident about Rema. Like, always. I remember one of my close friends at the time when I was going hard for Rema in 2019. He messaged me. He said,
Bro, you're going too hard, bro.
Like, this guy, I said, trust me, I see something. So, I saw it last year at the Brixton Academy. I saw it again this year with how he's carried himself. And I know that the O2 Arena, especially now that he didn't get a Grammy nomination,
He want to prove a point.
you watch
He's gonna prove a
what
point.
that boy is about to do.
He's gonna prove a point.
No. That's
So I'm gassed. This is one of the reasons why I say I choose to remain in a fan position because I'm excited about these things. I can't wait to see Rema on stage. I'll be screaming just like the girls in the crowd.
Yeah, no, definitely. For Rema, I would. For Rema, I am screaming. Rema.
Bro,
I'm telling you, bro.
trust me.
Oh, God in heaven, man.
Trust me.
Nah, but man, that's crazy. Nah, I like Rema. I like Rema, you know. I like Rema. I know I was a bit, you know, sort of like a knucklehead when it came to it. But Kelly was on my neck, bro. Kelly was like, listen,
I think your issue was, if he had, like you said, if he had the catalog to, probably do a 2-hour set. But yeah.
Do you have tickets to the show?
Not yet.
I try to get you some tickets. You gotta come see Rema.
No. I would love to be there.
You have to come see Rema.
I would love to be there for real. I would love to be there.
Rema. That's a guarantee.
But as we're just talking right now, let's cycle back to the ladies.
Yes.
Did you see the tattoos?
Tiwa Savage.
Yeah,
I saw it, man. Tiwa, she's strong, man. 'Cause that would have hurt.
What?
Yeah.
Especially the neck one though.
Yeah, it's got like a falcon or whatever.
What about the diamond? The whole but that's a woman. That's a real woman, man. She's been through a lot within the industry. She's been through a lot in her personal life. She's a mother. She's dealt with so many
ups and downs.
And I think, I'm sure getting tattoos and situations like that is almost just a remembrance of some of the challenges that she's had to break through. Because when I look at some of those tattoos, I'm like, yo, man, this gotta mean something. This
gotta mean something if you're gonna be
Or maybe she just likes ink, because she's got like a sleeve as well before.
I think there'll be a lot more personal reasons for really going hard on those inks the way she is. Because she, I've said it for over 12 years. I keep saying Tiwa Savage fine.
Oh my God.
She's very fine.
She said
She's bro. No time.
I've never changed my words.
No way.
12 years deep. I always said this woman fine. So she's always been incredibly attractive, fantastically gifted.
She's sexy as hell.
She's an entity within our entertainment industry that we appreciate, we love, we support. And even though she does her own thing, man, look at the tattoos and stuff.
Listen,
we're there to support her.
Listen, on God. Kels, if she calls, are you going?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's Tiwa we're talking about. That's my girl.
Epitome.
That's my girl.
My guy don't even think about that, bro.
Don't put me out like that.
I don't even think about that, bro. I got to, of course, bro. I'm good.
Epitome of class,
very
beauty,
classy.
and grace,
of good, man,
and leadership within the Afrobeats industry.
No. I saw them tattoos and everything, and obviously, I've always liked Tiwa and everything. I think she's sexy as hell, bro. And she's like a woman who carries herself.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Like she carries herself.
In that leadership position that long.
She can fit into any room. If you want like the classy look or whatever, where she's performing for the royal family, she can do that.
I think that's one thing that we have to applaud our women for. The large majority of the women within Afro pop culture can fit into any room.
Yeah.
Whereas some of the guys might struggle,
True.
They high as fuck, they drunk as hell. But the women will always come with grace and sexiness and everything. So if this room deserves a little bit of grace and class, they can give it to you. If this deserves a little bit of sexiness and just street, they can give that to you too. And again, it is a reflection of how incredible these women are.
Smart.
And how smart they are, how well they study the game. Because to survive in this game that long, they have to be able to fit into any room, any conversation, any type of setting to make sure that they can just be part of the system.
Absolutely.
Because if they don't have that ability, it even be 10 times harder than what it is for them right now.
Absolutely.
So Tiwa, we ain't got problem with the ink. I love the ink.
I love the ink.
I love the ink.
She posted in her story yesterday that, is it me or I'm just like 10 years late and finding out that Jon Snow is sexy?
So
I sent her a message. She sent a message back. She's covering her eyes like, how come I missed that for 10 years?
Nah, she definitely missed that too.
She probably hasn't had the time to watch TV.
She's busy now.
Been on the road for 10 years.
She's
This
very,
is
very
a
busy.
professional musician.
She's very busy.
No, but I like the way you're stressing about the professional musician, because not everyone's professional.
No.
Not everyone's professional.
It's only a specific
Yeah.
group that are professional musicians.
She stands on business.
Record, release, on tour. Record, release, on tour. You can name less than 7 artists from Nigeria in that category.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. And guess what? And Tiwa Savage and Yemi Alade bang right up there.
Yep. Yeah, me Alade especially, yeah.
Oh God.
It's not
He's a
easy.
professional,
So that's
yeah.
why I said when you mention the likes of Burna Boy, Davido, you have to put them in a different category because these are professional musicians. It's not play. It's not to get girls in the club. It's not
It's
to
not
put bling.
auto-tune.
It's not to put bling on neck. They have decided that the next 30, 40 years of their lives was dependent on
the
what
art.
they are doing.
On the art.
That's professionalism.
That's professionalism. On God. On God. On God. Salute to them.
Yeah. But do you think it's easy for us to say that because obviously they've had the success they've had?
It's not. Each
But then
one
again,
of them,
if you throw that to the up and coming guys, they will feel they're
remember,
professionals. But
and that's what I always tell up and coming guys that come into my comment. Show us some love too. These guys were up and coming too. Tiwa Savage was an up and coming artist, struggling to get a break. Traveled to America, went to LA, came back to London, singing on X Factor, singing at the church, and then went to Nigeria trying to find her way. Yemi Alade did the Peak Talent Show in 2007 or 2008, trying to get and after winning a big competition in 2007, she did not have a massive hit until 5 years.
Shit.
So you do the math.
She's been putting
Of
the
how
grind.
many studio sessions, how many songs releases, how many, please help me, sir, since 2007 till she got a hit record
Mama
in
said, "Please help me,
2014.
sir."
Yes.
because there's loads of please help me, sir.
Now,
Do
for
the
you.
math. You do the math.
No, I get
Same thing with Tiwa Savage.
Yeah.
Do the math. The same David Whiskey that we're talking about, Whiskey, do the math. How many knocking of doors?
put it in
Please let me put me on this record. Do this, do that. They were all up and coming artists.
Sure.
The only difference was they had the tenacity to stay the course and believe that one day shall be one day.
Yeah.
I will get my break.
Yeah.
You know, so to any young artist out there, yes, you might be shouting, DMing, begging, but you might not get the look. Stay the course if you believe in this art.
On God.
And one day
It will pop.
will be one day.
It will pop.
One day them doors will open.
Yeah, man. On
They will
God. though.
open wide. Yeah.
Before we leave and everything, yeah. Let's circle this back to you and us now.
Yes.
Yeah. We are looking at the podcast game, the podcast industry, the culture and everything, yeah. And I think Afrobeats,
Yeah.
your platform and everything, yeah. Are you thinking about at some point to do live shows?
Yes, I actually wanted
Podcast live shows.
I actually wanted to do some last year and stuff like that. I think one of my biggest problems is not yet surrounded with the right team. I'm definitely going to do that. I think we should do that. Maybe,
I think we definitely
maybe
should.
we should, think about a collaborative live show.
Yep. I'll be
I'm
up
down for
that.
it. I am down all the way down for
I
it.
think we should think about a collaborative live show. I think that possibly could be something that not only helps the culture but also helps us together. But that will be the next phase for
That would
2024.
that definitely be the next phase and everything, because when we look at other genres, other cultures like hip hop and everything, I think currently we have, I don't know if you know these guys, Rory and Mo,
Yes, of course.
of the podcast and everything. They are coming to London. So they've been on the road, like live shows. Joe Budden, obviously, he does that, DJ Academics and everything. He's in London, right? Like, that's another part when it comes to podcasting and everything. And I think in our culture, right, we need to
Absolutely. I
do
think
that.
we will.
Bring in people, because this transitioning from online to live is a whole different shit. And if you can bring in people into the room, 500 people, 1,000 people.
What's always
something,
difficult is just getting the right conversations, the right guests.
Yeah.
But again, we're gonna start. We might not even start at 500. we'll start at 100.
100, yeah.
Let's start at 100. Let's build that up.
No, absolutely, because there are people that enjoy conversation.
Absolutely, I do.
The way people enjoy music, there are podcast people that want to come into a room and just hear you talk.
I absolutely do.
You know, so I think it's something that definitely we need to look into and work together to do. Especially like next year. If you ask me.
No, it's definitely, but I'm just, my worry, like you said, we start small, because my worry has always been, do people want to, like, have we got to that point
bro,
in the culture where people actually, you know, I don't know.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know until you just put it out there, and you'll be surprised people will turn up. So I just think it's something that we really, really need to get into, man, for real.
Definitely,
you know?
my brothers.
Yeah. But like, it's been a good one though. It's been a good one, bro. Like, salute to you, bro.
Good to hear your takes on all this
Salute
stuff.
to you and everything, man.
Listen,
Your knowledge on the culture is big time, bro.
I appreciate it. I think, again, this is where you guys also get a massive pat on your backs, because we're all doing this without any expectations of rewards. We're only doing it because we care about the culture.
Absolutely.
We love what we're doing, and we want to see our spaces grow. And I think because of that is why I'm here.
Oh, salute, bro.
You know, so big shout outs to every single one of us, because we're doing this at a time where, like I said, no expectations of rewards. But ultimately, if we stay the course,
it's gonna
pop. The rewards are there.
Those rewards are coming.
It's gonna pop. And specifically, bro, we want to salute you, man.
Thank you,
for real, because anytime we call you,
this is my house.
And if you're in town,
literally
you always
anytime.
say, bro,
This is
bro,
like
what time you want me to get here, bro?
This is my
so,
house.
bro, we salute you, man.
But I think we're going to take the live conversation off camera. I think we should start thinking of something, and let's put a collaborative live show together.
Should do that, man. We definitely
let's find a small room. Let's do something incredible.
I'm down for it, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna do something.
We're definitely down and everything, bro. We're definitely down.
Yeah,
Do you have, just before we leave, 5 minutes before you leave, what do you think about, because this has been bothering me. We had this conversation. Well, I'm not gonna say bothering me, but I've been thinking about it as we talked about SamKlef and his tribulations and whatever he went through in the industry, right? Have you heard Blackface recently?
Yes.
And some of the things that he had to say.
Yes.
What do you think about him?
First of all, I've said it in comments, and I'll say it publicly, that Blackface is one of the leading figures that got us here.
You hear that, yeah? That's what
Plantation. I say it public.
Yeah.
Plantation Boys is one of the reasons Afrobeats is where Afrobeats is today.
On God, I agree with that.
You know, and I think even though we might find some of his comments a little bit challenging to understand as a creative, we still must always lead with the respect that the man is due. Without him and his brother's Face and Two-Face, a lot of us would not have had a group to look up to when I was at university to say, this was my own equivalent of Boys to Men. This was my own equivalent of NSYNC. It was Plantation Boys. Let's get back to Blackface. He always talks about the similarities between some of his songs and some of the popular songs that some of the artists have made in recent times. Yeah. Some of us, when we hear those songs, we're like, is there really a similarity? But I'll be honest with you, I heard one that there was a similarity in there.
Right.
But there's also one thing that I also would want to say, and maybe somebody hasn't said that to him before, genuinely, is that sometimes when you're making music or when you're in a creative space, some memory that's been lodged away somewhere can just bring out something, a melody or a tone that you've heard in the past, but you can't even remember where you got it from.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
True.
Absolutely.
Yep, because I can see Blackface doing that to a lot of people because they're there in our memories.
Because we grew up listening to him.
Fact.
We listen to Plantation Boys. We listen to Blackface. So there could be a time where there's inside our memory locked away was a little verse or a little chorus that we heard from him. And then when I heard this beat, whilst I was just going through, that thing just came. And I'm like, yo, this is not Mad Lamba. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe there's a possibility of that, but knowingly trying to rob an icon, if, you know, a pace setter within the culture, I doubt that a lot of the young musicians of today are trying to do that. And if there were mistakes in making records that were similar to some of the stuff that he had done in the past, again, go the legal route and let people come to the table and get whatever is due to you. But with Blackface, I'll say it again, that is one of the pace setters of this culture and one of the reasons why Afrobeats is where it is today.
I agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree with you. You know, because when we had our discussion and everything, and I said, all right, cool. I was looking at it from, I don't know if you followed the legal dispute between
Pharrell and all these people.
Pharrell and even Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
And Ed Sheeran won that case and everything. And he played that.
Yeah,
you know,
he played the chords.
Exactly. So like when Blackface respectfully says that, oh, they're trying to steal this and this and this and this, maybe one or two might be true, whatever the case is, right?
Maybe the sound is just similar.
But just the sound is similar because Ed Sheeran, I remember he went on an interview.
Yeah,
and
he played the chord. The same chord that we've heard in the past. You know, but again, you know, I feel that those conversations are necessary because it puts us on the right path to ensuring that creative get their just due and intellectual property is well protected.
Right.
So with these type of conversations, it tightens, you know, the legal system. It tightens, you know, the protection of intellectual property, and it ensures that if you will knowingly take a little bit of somebody else's work, you will pay them what they are due and treat them the right way. You know, and I think even though people find it funny sometimes, ultimately there are positives to those conversations being had.
There's
and we learn from them.
Absolutely, because that was the conversation that I was having with Kels and everything. I said, when I listened to Blackface and everything, you know, now whether the information was there at the time or not, or whether people know about the music business, the business side of it, I just feel like at that time, right, I feel like the business was not handled properly. Whatever the case was, right? And obviously we are now here, right? So Kels, on the other hand, said yes. But then at the same time, you know, when it comes to the music business, people have to be fair.
No, we'll get it right. I don't attack people for speaking their minds. There are two things, or one important thing that you cannot tell people. One thing, and I want everybody to take a note of this. You can't tell someone how to feel.
How they feel, yes. They feel how they feel.
You can't.
Yeah.
So regardless of how we see things on the outside, it ultimately depends on how you see something on the inside. You know, so if someone feels like they've been taken advantage of, for Christ's sakes, it was the Marvin Gaye family that sued Ed Sheeran.
Yes.
So this is not a small fry.
No,
it's not. Know, it's the Marvin Gaye Foundation that decided that they felt like something from...
You're robbing us.
Yes.
They felt they had a case.
You know, that felt like they had a case. Yeah. Marvin Gaye Foundation had sued Pharrell in the past as well. And they won.
They won. They sue anyone.
They won the Pharrell and thingy, what's his name?
Yeah, I remember this of Pharrell, T.I. and the white boy.
Yeah, they sued them and they won. So you can't tell people how they feel.
Absolutely.
But let's have these conversations hopefully, openly, and hopefully it leads us to doing right within this system and this industry where a lot of wrongs have been done in the past. And, you know, again, we can't tell Blackface how to feel.
Absolutely.
We can just hopefully feel that the right conversations are being had, and if there are any similarities, the just due is being paid.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Bro,
Therefore.
Should we call it a day, man?
Yeah.
Let's call it a day, bro.
Brother.
Man, thank you so much for coming around, man. We salute you, bro. We salute you. We look forward to these conversations with you
brother.
all the time and everything. You know,
Appreciate
whether
it.
here or on your platform, the Afrobeats podcast.
Appreciate it,
Go and look for a YouTube, Spotify, your audio platforms and everything. Bro, it is there. great conversations are being had. The legends, name them. They all come there, man. You know, so go check it out, and also go check out the Afrobeats CNN
playlist.
The CNN playlist. It's not CNN, no. It's
SEE
yeah.
NN. Afrobeats
C.
SEE
Yeah.
NN.
NN.
Yeah.
You got me? Go check it out and everything, man. Listen, all the new songs are gonna be there. All the hits that you lot are looking for are gonna be there, you know. And then also, as you already know, this is Fresh Off the Boat show. We create the vibe curators. Anything where you call us, that's who we are. You know what I'm saying? But salute to you guys. You can be anywhere in the world. Salute to all the freshers around the world, bro. You know what I'm saying? We are all gang, like you already know. Gang. But subscribe to the channels, watch the videos, leave a like, leave a comment, share it, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Or tell an enemy to tell a friend.
We're not all gang go.
Salute. Let's go.